So let me get this straight. You're telling me Halloween is gone, so now you're upset because no one wants to discuss the spooky stuff. Well, as the song says, you better not fret, you better not cry, 'cause I'm your scary movie guy. I don't know. Folks, I'm just here to tell you that spooky has no shelf life. Sure, it may not be traditional to the average family during the holidays, but to us, this is our tradition. This is our normal, and I think it's safe to say we like it that way. So let me start by saying I would like to thank all of you for joining our second rehab season. The season that gets your spirits right following our pinnacle on October 31st. So, for today's episode, we chose to keep it spicy. We couldn't just pick some random horror flick. We needed something that set the bar. So on today's episode, we are covering the most recent installment from one of our favorite villains, Art the Clown. That's right, boys and girls, it's finally time to cover Terrifier 2. So, wherever you're tuning in from on this giant rock we call home, we thank you, and let us give you the warmest welcome to the Sloppy Horror Podcast. And without any further introduction, here is our take on Terrifier 2. Welcome back to another season of the Sloppy Horror Podcast. I am your host and your scary movie companion, Mr. Christian Ramey. And sitting across from me, you guys know him well, it is the best producer in the whole wide world, Mr. Ozark Mark. Mark, how we living? How we feeling?
Ho, 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 ho.
It's been a few weeks.
Ho, 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 ho. Boys and girls. We're back up in your cornhole once again. Mm-hmm. You thought we were going to leave you? I don't think so. I don't think so. We got another fantastic season prepared for you. How many episodes is in the season?
I don't know. We could do 10.
We could do 10. It's the rehab season. That's right, boys and girls. It's another rehab season. Now, if you don't know what the fuck the rehab season is, we just went through the sloppy road to Halloween. We were all amped up. We were all Halloweened out. It was the peak. Everybody climaxed.
Topeka.
What are you going to do? What'd you say?
Topeka.
Okay. Now, what are you going to do now? Well, we got to rehab you, boys and girls. We're going to be doing a lot of fun movies in this season, you know, a lot of fun ones get you rehab. We got to get you back into it. Now, the first episode of the rehab season, what are we going to go with? Well, we got to hit you with something right up in your face, all right? You don't just ease off of things. What happens when you're coming down off a drug like Halloween? You got to give them a strong dose first, then you ease them in and out.
Yep, you're right. You're right. You wean them off.
Exactly.
We're weaning you off.
That's what we're about to do here. We're about to wiener you off and come back and get you fucking rehabilitated. Now, the movie we have chosen today, we've gotten a lot of requests for this movie, especially one of our devoted fans, Miss Bella. Bella, you sexy son of a bitch, you. We heard you multiple times.
Here, Bella.
Yes. And we are doing the Terrifier 2.
Oh, the Terrifier 2.
Oh.
Now, I feel like what you have done was given a very nice synopsis of what the rehab season is.
Thank you.
But if we're being fair, after Halloween, there's a lot of folks like myself, you know, we attach a lot of our identity to fun things in the spring, summer, but especially the fall. And once the fall is there and your season happens and then it ends, you get a little bit of that post-Halloween depression. You know, there's people out there crying more, they're masturbating more, they're eating more, and they're watching scary stuff and stuff to get them through. Yeah, and that's what we need to help them with.
We're coming up on Christmas Part 1. This is depressing. Yeah. If you're like us, you love Halloween. Now you got fucking. There's not even Thanksgiving decorations anymore. It's all starting to get Christmas. Everybody's joyful. It makes me sick. Joy to the world. Fuck that. We want to see people get murdered. You know, so that's the kind of psychos we are. And you probably are too, since you're listening to this.
Yeah, and I won't lie. I've hated the holidays for a lot of years. Kids help now. I do enjoy them a little, but let's be truthful with you. I like some holiday movies, but at the end of the day, I would much rather find horror movies that collide with that season. Some great Christmas horror movies out there. Fuck, we did Black Christmas one year. I love throwing that fucker on. It's a good one. It's a good movie. But on top of that, it is kind of, I'm nice to people and I love getting my kids presents and I like watching a Christmas movie and having a little fucking cookies, That's fine.
Yeah, I like doing that too.
But you know what I don't like?
Near Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
Once it gets like December 22nd, all right, I'll feel Christmas for a little bit.
Yeah, but I don't want the fucking hand job for, 45 minutes. You're like, all right, are we fucking or not? We don't do Christmas until December.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's too much.
That's way too much.
So here's what I feel. What I don't enjoy, I love good customer service. And I hate bad customer service. But when you get a little, hi, how are you? You're like, look, I need you to not be that way. I need you to just do what I say. All right? When I say, that's why I don't fuck with Chick-fil-A. They're like, the line's not that bad. Look here, first off, there's a line, but then you get this little fucking perky, eager person. You don't know my day. You don't know what I've been through, and you're just, hi, what can we get for you? And you're like,
that shit. You know what pisses me off most about Chick-fil-A?
Just chill.
It's first of all, Chick-fil-A's delicious.
It's good.
It's fantastic. The
tasty.
service is great. They know what the fuck they're doing. It's like a Nazi German camp up in there. They fucking cough and they're fired. I love it. That's great. I'm sure they make good money, whatever. But when you hand me your food and you say it was my pleasure, no, it wasn't. Nobody takes pleasure out of giving somebody fast food. No.
I just want to reach my hand in, kiss the rings. Kiss the rings, peasant. Ugh. No, but the thing that's frustrating, you know what good customer service is? Look me in the eyes, say hello, and then don't fuck up my order. That's it. That's perfect customer service.
Yes.
I don't need
That is the definition of it.
Cluck, cluck, what are we clucking? Shut the fuck up, dude. Don't ever. Do I look like the individual that's going to respond to that? All right? And I'm nice. I'm a nice guy, but when it gets to a level of what can we get started for you? Look, what you can get started for me is your attitude change. I need you to just be plain. Just be, hey, what do you want, bud? You want a coffee? Sure, coming right up. Hey, call me crazy. I don't want this dog and pony show.
No.
So that's the part of Christmas that can piss me off because people aren't like that all year long, but then they get this, you're like, look, don't do this to me. And when I used to be poor and kind of homeless, people would Tiny Tim me and they would be like, we did something good for Christmas. It's like, no, you didn't. I'm still the same shitty person I always was. You've changed nothing. And then and I didn't like that. I didn't like that because I knew that if I asked for help in March, they'd be like, get the fuck out of here. Some people will help you out all year long.
I didn't treat you any different when you were living in my basement during the holidays.
Not you, Mark. I'm talking, those people that are like that.
My ex-wife was like, should we give him a turkey? And I was like, no, fuck him.
You remember I won one at bingo?
Yeah, I know.
I had a turkey and a pie to myself. I was like, hey.
Dude, that's better than the shit I had to do. I had to go to 4 or 5 Thanksgivings, 2 in one. I hate that. I only have to do one Thanksgiving this year, and I'm fucking pumped about it.
That was after a breakup, and I did kind of embellish that. I was kind of watching. I was like, you know what? I seriously appreciate you guys, but I think I'm just gonna chill here and just eat this and that's what I did.
Yeah.
But the fact that you were, people were, you guys weren't Tiny Timming me, but people are mean all year long, and you'll find mean people who are mean all year that'll be weird and jolly around Christmas, and you're like, no,
whatever.
That's not fair.
Hey, if you're like me, I'm gonna take advantage of take advantage of people and their stupid holiday spirit, and I'm gonna work if I can.
Oh yeah.
During the holidays, and people give you extra tips. Fuck them. I'll take your little generosity.
Holiday cash is awesome.
Oh, yeah, it is.
I love that.
Everybody loves some holiday cash.
You can make some good money. I always working a second job this time of year because it's people are generally jolly. If you're working at holiday party, it's generally not paid for by most of the people walking around it. And they're just free everything. All right. And we're not working.
I'm tell you. Being a bartender around the holidays, I'm sure it pays well. I'm sure it does. I could never do it. I'm sure I could, but I would get sick of it.
Oh, I would put like a holes in my
clothes. And I also don't have cleavage, so it's not going to work for me.
You could just show off your package. I'd put holes in my clothes, and I would show them pictures of my kids. Here's my kids.
Mister. Anyways, we're going off the cuff here. Back to what we was talking about here.
I'm terrified.
The Terrifier 2. Give us a very short synopsis because it won't be hard.
I feel like first off, we give like a movie, we got to say it in a way, and this is a newer movie, but I do feel this is almost like a Brooklyn, Jewish guy kind of deal. Terrifier 2. That's the one I'm getting there.
The Terrifier 2.
Oh, he's terrible. He's not friendly clown at all.
No.
You think he's friendly because he smiles.
What's that in his trash bag? Oh, God.
But he will betray you. Yeah, I can give a nice little synopsis of Terrifier 2. Oh, it's great.
Don't do it in that voice.
So, what we have here is obviously people are familiar with Art the Clown. You guys know about him?
Who's that?
Well, he's back again, and he's attacking a brother and a sister, Jonathan and Sienna, okay? And it's kind of a slasher premise, The fun part, they do add like a little backstory here as if like these brother and sister are the chosen one to end Art the Clown, But it's kind of fun. But really, all in all, these are the two that are the fortunate souls that are blessed to fight Art the Clown and try to save everybody, including their friends and their mom. And they don't succeed very well at saving everyone, aside from themselves.
They suck at it.
Yeah, a lot of people die, but it's one of those things. It's it's a slasher, so it's really like I feel like not that I stand on a soapbox ever, but I really do try to preach up nice little summaries and give cool little, I don't know, about a movie. I want to be smart about it, but when it comes to slashers, you're just like, yep, Jason, it's Jason. He's killing people, killing kids. And you're just like, got it.
You're literally watching this movie for the killing. That's the whole point of it. You don't watch it for the story. It's a classic slasher, and I think that's why he's so popular.
Yeah.
Because there's not many movies like this nowadays where they go on that old school slasher type deal. I like how they started off in the beginning, right how the first one left off in the mortuary. Same doctor, same everything. They started off right there.
Now, obviously, we're going to have to, mention the fact that the people, Damien Leone and David Howard Thornton, guy who plays Art the Clown. I think I said Damien's last name correct. I don't know if I did or didn't.
Thought it was Damian Lemon.
Leone.
Is it Leone?
That's what I thought it was.
Macaroni?
Whatever.
Leone Macaroni.
Damien L.
Let's go with that.
I don't know if he'd be able to say our last names. But that being said, every time, because I was fortunate enough to do that little interview with David Howard Thornton, the guy couldn't be fucking nicer, because this was early on in my sloppy career, and I'll give myself credit. I'm a good talker. I can talk to people, but that was a very rough, first time kind of like interviewing for somebody to just be like, yeah, bro, I got you. And then I walked up to him at conventions and then talked to him and Damien, and they couldn't be fucking nicer. They aren't like, hey, what's up, dude? Fuck off. They're not that way. Very warm, very nice. And you don't find that often, dude. I mean, the horror community's cool with it. It's rich with it. People like Adam Green, guy who made the Hatchet movies and Frozen. He didn't even charge for autographs. You could just walk up. If you buy one of his pictures, he'll charge you. But if you come up with something to sign, he'll sign it. He'll take a picture for free. He'll just talk to you. I gave him one of them sloppy horror candles, But people like that, they're the salt of the earth. They're worth their weight in gold, man. They're just making content. And they're so polite. And the juxtaposition between David and Art is so fucking funny because Art is brutal. Art is like nuts. He's like ripping people in half, skinning people, just destroying people. But you talk to David, and like seriously, like I feel like that dude would save like strangers out of a fire. Like that guy's like the nicest person. So it's just really funny that like, I don't know, like usually if you find like an action movie and you get like Stallone as Rocky, you're like, oh, okay, yeah, I get it. He seems like a cool dude. He might have a motorcycle or something. He's got, you know, he might have a gym in his garage. You know, he's like a kind of a manly guy, right? You know, whatever he's got going on.
He might have a motorcycle or something.
Right, you don't know what he's doing.
Why is that funny to me? I don't know.
But when you know, take a person that's just like because David's awesome, but you know, rightfully so. He's like a theater guy. That's what you mean. That's where he comes from, and he's like a voice actor. Like when you see him, you don't think like that's the next guy for the Expendables, like at all. But when you see him as Art walks and talks, and he's confident. Like he didn't talk, but like the way he moves, he's a confident individual, and he is scary, obviously. If you don't like clowns, actually kind of fall in this weird point because we'll get into that later about the fear level with Terrifier. But I don't know what it is, but when that man puts on the makeup, he becomes something different, and he becomes a character. Like when Robert puts on the Freddy gear, there's just certain people who do something well, and I don't know. There has been another Art in All Hallows Eve, but David really kind of took it and made it his own. I don't know if anybody could take it back from him at this point because he's got so many mannerisms and the way he moves, and I don't know, man. I really enjoy Art the Clown. But my question is to you, Mark. Is he scary? Like this? Is this only a FUBU horror flick?
Why in the fuck would you ask me that question?
I don't know, because you're obviously kind of like I am, but
you're asking me if a clown is scary.
Yeah, I know you like clowns, but I'm saying to people, like I'm saying, would this movie scare people? It's a modern horror movie. Like, would this movie scare people, or is this just a FUBU horror movie, like a For Us By Us?
It doesn't. It wouldn't. It's not gonna scare anybody who's a fan of horror.
Okay.
At all.
Yep, I agree with that.
This is an exciting thing. They love. This makes them smile.
This is a showcase movie. Like they're showcasing kills.
Yes, like this. I don't. If somebody has a fear of clowns, sure. Because Art can be creepy and scary.
He can. He just makes me laugh a lot.
I love Art. I mean, you know.
When he puts on the glasses in this like, he's hard to hate, man.
If somebody has clown phobia, yes. But as far as me, no, dude. I have 3 clowns tattooed on me right now. And there might be, but there's probably gonna be fucking more. So don't. You can't. No clown to me will ever be scary. I don't care what clown it is. No.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
It will make me smile all the time.
You know what else was really cool to me? One of my favorite bands that I like a lot is a band called The Midnight. Mm-hmm. You know, they're great, and they used one of their songs in this movie. Now it was like just mainly the Midnight has a lot of synthwave and a lot of instrumental throughout their shit. So it was like a long like instrumental part.
Yeah, I recognized that when I first watched it for the first time. I was like, oh.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, okay.
I was really pumped up.
Yeah.
And the actors in this crush it, especially Lauren Levera as fucking Sienna. First off, she is so fucking hot. Like, you know, she's beautiful. And you know what's also weird? Like...
She's only 16?
No. She's not 16.
Thank God.
Wait. Somebody changed this. Somebody changed... Because she's like 40. But somebody changed it. I swear to God. Somebody just changed her stuff and put her as 29. Because I swear to God, she's older. She's older. But...
Fine with me.
I know, dude. She is gorgeous. And I loved the connection with her and her brother. I thought that was really fun. You don't often have vulnerable males in horror as well, and I love that. And I love that the younger brother's just like, fuck, you know, freaking out the whole time. But let's get into some of these murders, Mark.
What murder?
What murder? All right, so you tell me right now what your favorite kill was.
Shit.
Guy at the beginning got his head like ripped open.
Yeah, there's a lot of gruesomeness. There's a lot of ripping apart.
Dude in the laundromat got did up.
Yeah, it's between two for me.
Bedroom kill was
The bedroom
gruesome.
kill was absolutely gruesome, but the fact that he came in with salt and like bleach or vinegar, just to pour on her
fucking poured it on her.
was so hilarious to me. But I loved just him in the garage shooting the girl in the face with the shotgun. Just
shoot
because,
mom? Yeah.
just because it's unexpected. Like he's doing all these gruesome weapons and ripping people apart, eating their hearts, ripping out their eyeballs, placing them back in his own eyeball. Like he's getting fucking crazy with it. And it's hilarious, but it's always that unexpected gun kill. Always is just fucking hilarious to me because it's unexpected.
That was what good in the first one. I loved when he pulled out that gun
yeah,
because
that
you're
was-
like, he has a gun?
Yeah, that was one of my favorites in the first one. So I like how they did a recall to that, gave him another gun kill.
I love too that this movie isn't. I don't think it's meant to be taken serious. I mean, it is as far as a franchise. It's a serious franchise as a slasher franchise, and he's a serious character. You walk around any convention or any like horror Discord or like anything like that. Art the Clown is very popular. People love this guy, but the movies are fun. Like they're not that serious. And this one was a little bit longer because they added a lot more shit into it, but I still loved it because it didn't take itself too serious. It wasn't, I like that in a movie. I do. I really like when a movie doesn't take itself too serious. And then all the asshole friends get murdered. A dude gets his dick cut off. That was pretty intense.
Not a good way to go.
Nope, not how you want to go out in life.
No.
Yeah, it's hard to really pinpoint a favorite. That girl getting fucking skinned in her bedroom, though. That was, that's hard to forget.
Yeah, it is.
It'll live with you.
A lot of these kills are hard to forget. But that's what makes them great, just because they're so over the top.
They looked good.
Yeah, they did. There's a lot of practical in it, which is good. That's always good. We all love that. They do a lot of practicality.
What about the dude in, like, the costume store or whatever? Like, the black guy that got his head chopped off by him? Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Like, that was nuts. Like, fuck. It looked good, but it was like, God.
God, it'd be so fun to play a character like that. Damn.
I know. I'll give you that opportunity, Mark.
Can you just destroy this body? Yes, I can. In many ways than you could think of.
Yeah, just go for it. Just do whatever.
Just do what the fuck ever.
Okay.
All right.
You'd be like Jack Nicholson warming up for The Shining.
You have to. You
Yeah,
have to. I would do that. And another good thing about this movie, it's kind of like what I like, is there's shit in here that just doesn't fucking make sense, though. Just like old horror movies. Just add random shit in there. Like, what is this significance of this child?
I know.
What's the point of this?
The little girl.
In the first movie, what's the point of this crazy lady walking around with a doll? There's no point to it. Why is the survivor girl from the first one giving birth to him in a psych ward at the end of the movie?
Yep.
It makes no fucking sense. What the fuck? Like, it makes no fucking sense.
And it shouldn't.
No. I love that it doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Here's your fucking thing.
He's like, oh, that just happened. All right, move on.
This is a good test of, like, really anybody. But, fellas, the lady doesn't have to like the movie. But just to see, it's a social experiment. You put it on and just see what happens. If you get any laughter out of it, get a ring. You might got to keep
But just do it after there has been penetration. Okay? Because if you show this pre-penetration, she might not ever call you again. If you're sitting there laughing at this, and she's like, oh my God.
I'm telling you, dude.
Oh my God.
That was the funniest memory. I just remember being at your place, and my wife at the time, like I was just talking to her, but she came over. I was like, you can come over, watch a movie or something, and like I had Rob Zombie's Halloween on, and it was like when that kid when Michael Myers was a kid and he beat the other kid with the tree branch, and she was like, "Why? What is happening? Why is this kid doing this?"
That was risky. That was a big risk that you just took.
I didn't even think about it, dude. Like, I'm just watching it, like, and I think I was like rolling up a fucking joint or something. Like, I'm not even paying attention. It's just on, and like, it's just a comfort movie for me. Like, and she's like, "What is happening?" And I think that's been some of the most fun with some movies.
She liked you then, dude.
I know, bro.
She liked you. If she came over to my house and you're living in my basement, you're rolling a joint and you're watching some kid beat another kid up with a stick, a big branch, and she still stayed. Holy shit.
I know.
She likes you. That's a good test, fellas. Put on some fucked up shit.
It's like
see if she sticks around.
You remember A Bronx Tale? It's like the door test. She doesn't reach over and unlock the door. Get rid of her.
Yeah.
Get rid of her? Get rid of her.
That's a good. That's the modern day test.
Yeah.
Bring her over. Put on Terrifier 2. Eat some fucking spaghetti while you're doing it.
Ooh.
See if it.
Ooh.
Some ribs or something. I don't know. Whatever looks like fucking blood. Some chili.
I just want some Chinese now. Kind of sounds good.
Aha, Chinese, huh?
It's not good for you.
No,
and you never
it's too
feel
much
great
grease.
after eating
There's
it.
so much of it.
So good.
There's so much of it.
But it's so good.
It's
you know
all
it.
rice though. I think that's how they stay skinny.
Yeah.
You know.
What's your go-to Chinese order?
I don't know. I don't eat much Chinese just because it's fucking greasy and shit. Like it's not, and it's a pain in the ass to get.
They always sound like they're yelling at you.
I know, dude. It's intimidating when you walk in trying to get your Chinese order.
Fuck you want,
dude? Last time I went to go Chinese, I wasn't even picking it up for me. I was picking it up for somebody fucking else. Chinese fucking restaurants are always on a busy street in a little fucking mini mall or something or whatever. It's never good.
They always got that like big landscape picture.
Yeah, they do. But I go there and I'm like, what's your order? It's like, this is the name. Okay. Go back and they just throw it at you. Okay, you good. It's like, I'm looking, I was like, she said specifically there's supposed to be something else. I was like, I'm terrified to ask this lady. I was like, yeah, there's supposed to be a Mountain Dew with it. Oh, over there! Jesus Christ. All right. It's intimidating.
General Tso's fried rice, some egg rolls.
Yeah, just chicken and rice, dude. Fuck it. It's good.
Good combo. I don't care what it's
put it in that big bowl thing. We'll do that. You know, whatever.
How many egg rolls? A lot. Just give me a lot. I mean it.
Egg rolls are good.
For free.
It's very good.
Oh, yeah. But, like, not all of them have good ones.
Do you like Chinese food or Japanese food better?
I would say Chinese, but I fuck with both of it. You know, I like all of it.
It's practically the same fucking thing.
Mm-hmm. You like fish, though, too.
Not really.
Oh, okay.
Not really. I mean, I'll eat my father's fish because he catches it, you know, straight from, it's fresh from the lake, like guts in himself, batters in himself. It's fucking good, bass and shit like that. But even when I'm by the ocean, I'm like, that's the only time I would consider it because it's like the ocean's right fucking there. Like, so okay, like, but I don't like fish. So it's like I don't like the fact that it has to be caught on a boat. It has to be taken from the boat. It has to be fucking processed, and it has to be frozen, and it has to be shipped, and it has to be frozen again, and it's too much of a fucking process. Now you could probably say the same thing about meat and shit, but I was like, at least it's like, you know, I don't know.
I like to eat it like Smeagol out of the river, alive.
I remember one of my friends one time, this is back when like Bear Grylls was like a big thing at first.
Oh, yeah.
He's doing that Survivor, and he went to a park and tried to catch a fish with like a stick and some line and he did, and he caught it and ate the fish there. It's like, dude, I don't know if you did it right.
This thing's choked with vitamins. Yeah, that was a cool show.
I think he ate like a bluegill or something. Like, ugh.
Ew.
That's risky, dog.
Yeah, don't be fucking around, dude. You gotta know which kind of fish you're eating.
Exactly.
While I was up there in Michigan, I had some, a little bit of walleye. That was good. That was good eats.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fucks with it. But I also fuck with scary movies. A lot. I'm going to go see Thanksgiving, because they're going to get this after Thanksgiving, but I'm seeing Thanksgiving on Thanksgiving. Our boy Eli Roth has blessed us. So I'm taking my son. I'm going to see that. And I'm excited. I'm excited to see it.
That'll be a Thanksgiving he'll never forget.
Yep, exactly. You know, like, I wish my dad was that cool. Like, he would have never.
Yeah.
He would have never. But you go into Thanksgiving, and I can't, he's too young to smoke a blunt with and walk in, but we can give each other that yep, we did some crazy shit today. Everybody else is.
Just eat one of your edible things and go in there.
Oh yeah, I will be. I will be, but he can't.
Don't accidentally give him one.
No, I can't.
Don't mix it up.
He's you know how teenage kids are. He's already challenged enough.
Get him an icy and some fucking popcorn.
We'll go in there like medieval knights with turkey legs. Here. 7.
Oh my God.
Well, this is fun stuff. This is a great movie to start off with. I like that Bella recommended it because it's a newer one, and we don't always dive into newer ones. But when we're talking a fan favorite, and I think that this kind of falls right in there. It happens to be something we enjoy a lot too. It's just we don't mind to cover it. The more few people reach out and say, "Hey, I like this movie specifically," if you ask us enough, we'll probably do it. But this is going to be fun. Mark and I have been talking about some fun titles, but we're weaning you off. Okay, this is brutal, but we're going to wean you off. Okay,
yeah, we'll get a little bit more low key, as the kids say. Some fun ones, You're going to be excited about them. I named 2 of them right off the bat. Christian's yeah,
Garfield the movie.
That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
I think they just redid Garfield too, which I'm not happy about, but
yeah.
That's neither here nor there. Let's find out more things about this movie, Terrifier 2. What do you say?
Let's go.
Hello there. Welcome to the What Do You Know here. This is the segment of the show where we're going to tell you things that we know about this movie. Now, you may know what we know, or you may not know what we know, but if you know what we know, you're going to find out what we know, and then you're going to have a we-know-gasm. Now, if you don't know what we know, you'll know too, or something, whatever I said. I can't do the spiel talking like this, so I fucked it all up, but everybody's going to have a we-know-gasm here on the What Do You Know here on the Sloppy Horror Podcast, right back up in your ass. So, why don't you tell me something that you may or may not know about this movie, Terrifier 2?
Well, I tell you something I know about the Terrifiers 2.
Hurry up and tell me, please.
So, who doesn't like a great homage?
I love homages.
Now, Mark, let me ask you.
Uh-huh.
If somebody were to say slasher movies.
Slasher boobies?
Slasher boobies.
Uh-huh.
But slasher movies, what would be at the top of the mountain of slasher movies? Don't even think about it. Just, what was somebody says, what's, the quintessential slasher movie?
Friday the 13th.
Or
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Or
The other one, Freddy Krueger.
This guy.
Scream.
No,
Michael Myers.
Michael Myers, Halloween.
Yeah.
Okay? That's the quintessential.
Uh-huh.
Okay?
Mr. Myers.
Okay? So here's what's happening. This movie pays a nice little homage to the first Halloween movie. So this girl, Brooke, her boyfriend, Jeff, he comes in with his Halloween costume, but it's just a white bedsheet with glasses on it, just like the Halloween movie.
Oh.
You remember the guy gets stabbed in the wall?
Oh, I didn't pick that up there, but I like that.
Nice
I
little
know
tip of the
exactly
hat.
what you're talking about. That's a very good homage.
Now.
My pants are wet just from that.
Now, what about you down there? You got some facts for these people?
I got some facts for these people here, so check this out, right? So the actor David Howard Thornton, right? He plays Art the Clown, right? Now, what's very specific about Art the Clown? He doesn't talk. He's got no lines. No vocabulary comes out of his oral location on his face, right? But that's okay. There's a dream sequence. It's a little bit longer than I wished, but hey, it's still there.
It happens.
And it's advertising a certain cereal.
Oh, yeah. The Art Krispies.
Yeah, Art Krispies, right? Now, there's a commercial for it. Now, there's a voiceover. They said, you know what, David Howard Thornton, let's get some of your vocal cords working. And they said, you do the voiceover. So that voiceover for that commercial was done by Art the Clown, technically.
And who said that you wouldn't hear Art's voice?
Exactly.
You know, there you go. Now you got
Boom.
it. That's fun. That's a fun little fact. That
It's
people
right
got.
up there, and it's there to stay.
And people probably didn't know that.
No, they didn't. I didn't know that.
No.
Well, I did, but now I do.
Yeah, we all know now. We're all more knowing, and we got more knowledge.
Perfect.
So I think that's the whole point of this segment.
I think we hit it right there on the head, you know.
Oh yeah. You know about our boy Stephen King?
Yeah.
Well, Stephen King watched Terrifier 2, and he made a tweet or an X or whatever the fuck they call it now.
Yeah, why is it called X?
I don't know.
What the fuck is that? I don't know. I barely use Twitter anyway, but go ahead.
He tweeted, he said, "It grosses you out in an old school way." And it's like, yeah,
It
does.
certainly does.
Yeah, it reminds me of Maniac a little bit. It gives me a little bit of Burning. You know, it gives me a little bit of those old school, we're just going to carve you up for the fuck of it. Friday the 13th.
He's carving people. He's bashing skulls. He's ripping off scalps. He's breaking arms off. He's eating fingers. He's eating your heart. He's opening your chest into your guts. Ripping heads off. He's doing everything possible.
Dude, that's what makes him incredible.
Mm-hmm.
That's what makes him incredible. And also,
if the kills in this weren't gruesome and gory like they are, I don't think it would have this much success, to be quite honest with you.
No, I don't either. And that's what makes it, though, because you're going in looking for that. It's a little bit extreme, but nobody, I will tell you, a lot of horror fans are what you would call passive. They're some of the nicest people you'll meet ever. Not everybody. You can't, I'm painting with a broom here, but for the most part, a horror convention or a horror outing, it's filled with passive, nice people. Like, if someone broke their arm in a graphic way in front of these people, they might throw up. They might, oh my God, freak out. But when you're watching it on film, when you're seeing this, it's a little bit different. And I don't think there's anything wrong with people having that cathartic release. That's just how things are. That's just the way it is. And sometimes people will get this, like, oh, what you can watch can fuck you up. And you're like, oh, cool. Like, what do you think people that went to watch Gladiators were like then? Like, nobody went to heaven then back then? Like, even regardless of faith or whatever, it's just like, oh, just everybody's all fucked up then? It's like, I'm pretty sure nobody's like marrying 13-year-olds and feeding people to lions. And we're not like publicly executing people in the streets. There's a lot of evil in the world, don't get me wrong. But I would say there's like more baseline good. You know what I'm saying? And to watch things like this, I don't think they make you inherently evil. I think because it's fake. Like, if you watch somebody really do this to people, you would be upset. You would want to fucking fight somebody. You would be like, what the hell, dude? But it's not real, so it's funny. And they make these characters disposable in a way that they're annoying, and you're like, they can't get off the screen quick enough. You're like, kill him. And it's coming. But it's like a wrestling heel. Somebody that comes out and everybody's booing them immediately. Like, in real life on a bar stool, you wouldn't want that guy, anything bad to happen to that guy. He's just a guy. But when he walks out as that bad villain, you're, fuck you. Like, you hate him. And I just think that's fun that people can have that escapism and have that passion just to step into a world where you're like, look, dude, I'm going to watch a movie where this clown is sawing people in half, ripping chests open, eating hearts, just skinning people alive. You're like, why would you watch that? Because it's funny and it looks cool and it's shocking. I heard this theory too, like if you were to... it's like if we were to go into a movie theater and you were to see a scene where a man slaps a woman. The crowd might laugh, right? It's not because they're misogynistic pieces of shit. It's because they know that that's fucked up. No, these guys aren't doing that to their wives, probably, not laughing like that. Now, if you went to, like, fucking, Saudi Arabia and showed that, they'd probably be like, that's life. Like, whatever,
I think he could have used a little bit more force.
Right, it'd be a little bit
They
different.
would critique the slap.
So I think the reaction is because it is shocking. It is, you're like, oh my God. Like, I was not expecting him to put somebody's eyeball in his eyeball. Like, I'm not thinking that. I can make a really easy PG-13 slasher in my head, and you're like, I know where this is kind of going, and then and there's predictability in all movies. You're like, in the end, he's going to be all right. They're all happy. And when they don't do that, you're like, it leaves you kind of at a funny spot. And this one is what do you call it? This is a one that sets the bar. It likes to keep going up, and it likes to push the envelope. And I don't want to say that's all it is in the sense, because there's a lot of fandom for art, but it is, he's become one of the legends. He's become a Jason. He's become a Michael, a Freddy, in my opinion. He's become one of these people that fans are going to return, regardless of a plot or a premise. It doesn't have to. How are they bringing him back? We don't give a fuck, dude. Are there disposable people that he's going to run through? Well, here's my $9. I'll be there. I will watch this. So I don't know. I don't think it makes people fucked up, in my opinion.
Well, people are already fucked up before.
I think people watching like the fucking Masked Singer and American Idol are the fucking crazy people. Like,
yeah.
We're watching X Factor tonight. Did someone have you at gunpoint? We're
watching Dancing with the Stars. Why?
We're watching Love is Blind.
Why?
Oh. All right then. Well, I'm not. Like, and then you think like, well, this is a popular thing a lot of people like. Is there something wrong with me? Am I supposed to like Luke Bryant? They tell me I'm supposed to.
No, it's just all It's all cheesy and fake. Now this is cheesy and fake too, but like, it's just I don't like when people are fake. In all those shows, everybody's fucking fake. It's not how you are. Can't get into it. You know
what's stupid about those American Idol shows and stuff? Every contestant they have, they'll be like, "Here's Mark." You'll be like, "Hi, I'm Mark. Last year, my dad died in a train accident."
Like, do all that shit.
It's like, bro, will you just shut up and sing? Like, I don't want to be
fucking America's Got Talent. Do the same thing. You got to talk about how hard your life is and shit. What got you to this point? Okay, so what if somebody is super talented and they had a normal life?
Yeah, dude.
You're not gonna get on the show then? What the fuck? Like, hi, my name's Christian. I do magic. I work a 9 to 5. Got a wife, got kids. Pretty decent house.
Life is good.
I just paid off one of our cars. Hey, it's great, but I'm happy to be here. They ain't gonna put you on a fucking show.
I have a 3-legged cat who's diabetic.
You gotta go.
Like, you gotta come with some shit. And I take care of it because it's my grandma's cat. And she's not here anymore. And she told me that people want to hear me sing. You're like, okay, bro. And then they just go out and bomb. You're like, why? Why? Because now I'm kind of rooting for him. Because
dude, I just hate all that cheesy. It's just so fake. These people, it's like, stop. You're not like that. Like, you're just It makes me sick to my stomach a little bit.
That's what I'm saying. That Chick-fil-A menu shit.
That's why people
tone it down.
That's why a lot of people probably don't like me, because I don't do that. I don't do that shit.
No, but you could have a conversation. You'd be like, "Hey, Mark, what's up?" You'd be like, "Nothing. What's going on?" But Mark, how are you?
I hate that fake shit. How's everything been? Like, you fucking care. No, you don't. Shut up.
Yeah, you just get people that like stop talking like that. You know,
just I want you to be anywhere in the world besides here.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many other places you can go. Go to one of those places.
Mm-hmm.
Go to one of those places. Anyways, I am curious to see what this movie rates on our world-famous, one-of-a-kind sloppy horror rating system. So let's go through the portal. Sloppy horror rating, baby, yeah! Ha 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 ha! You didn't have your clothes blown off for a couple weeks, but it's right back into it. We are in another portal to another world, to another realm, right here on the world-famous Sloppy Horror Podcast, rating developed by the one and only Christian Ramey himself, your very scary movie companion. Now, this is a rating system that's based on a horror movie, not a regular horror. No, fuck, dude, I'm so goddamn rusty.
I'm rusty.
It's
but
not.
It'll come back to me. We need that button. Like we need to just take that clip from Weekend at Bernie's, and anytime we stumble, I'm rusty.
I am rusty, but look, it's a horror movie rating, not a movie in general. But it doesn't matter. I don't even have to do this anymore, really. But you know what the fuck's going on. So we're gonna do this in a series of 4 categories. 3 of the categories worth 3 points. Last category is worth 1.48 total of
10 points altogether.
That is correct. So let's get into the first category here in the Sloppy Horror Podcast rating, and that is casting.
Now, I'm not gonna lie to you. This is gonna be a category that I rank pretty high. I really like everyone involved in this movie. I think everyone in this film cared about this movie. And sometimes people use horror movies as a stepping stone, and I get it. You know, sometimes people don't want to be in horror movies or even make them, but they do it to get somewhere else in their career. And sometimes they happen to do really good in them. You know, you get those like random ones where you're like, that was actually pretty good. You're almost kind of salty. You know, they just step in and they just make a good one. But not the case for this. The people, even after the film, all these actors and the way that they hit the convention circuit, this movie, if you're a horror fan, this was made for you, and everyone on this cast works well together, does their job, and cares about it. So I feel like that's going to be the strongest for me, is the 3, you know.
A 3?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm going to go 3.
Well,
no.
I can't argue with you. But I do think the actors in the Terrifier 2 substantially cared more about their role compared to, let's say, the first one. Because it's the first time, people don't know if it's going to take off. You got less of a budget and all this stuff. But once the first one came out, then the second one came out, you get these actors like they're happy to be a part of it. So they did their job. I can't argue with you. You're the fucking host. So that's 3 out of 10 so far here on the Sloppy Horror Podcast rating. Let's get into the second category here in the Sloppy Horror Podcast rating, and that is kills.
This could be another really good one for it. You know, as we discussed earlier, I don't think the final category of fear is going to be too high. And you know, it's no offense. I mean, you know, we'll probably throw a half in there for the clown people, but I don't know. But this is maybe casting isn't the strongest. We'll have to say kills is the strongest. But really, this film was made by people who loved it. But these kills are just fucking brutal, dude. I feel like it has to be a 3.
That's the pure definition of a 3 for kills.
Yeah.
There's different varieties, very gory. You see them all. There's a lot of them.
Yeah.
That's what makes the fucking movie, dude. This is a prime example of a 3. I mean, there's no question about it. Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
We could have just skipped this whole fucking category, really, if we wanted to. But we can't because we have a responsibility to you fuckers.
Obligations.
Mm-hmm. How many of us have them? Obligations. So that's 6 out of 10 so far here on the Sloppy Horror Podcast rating. Let's get into the final 3-point category here in the Sloppy Horror Podcast rating, and that is fear.
It's got to be half a point. People like him. He's become a Jason or a Freddy or a Michael. People show up for him. They don't give a fuck about, the characters on screen. Granted, this movie really had some characters people enjoyed, but I'm just saying in general, people sign up for Art the Clown. If those other 2 weren't in the movie, people would still come to see it. Yeah. People want to see him. So I don't know how afraid they are, but you got to give it a half a point for the clown people because there are clown people in the world. And I'm sure that he freaks them out because he means business.
Yeah, and he's creepy. He's creepy looking. He's not very pleasant looking if you're afraid of clowns.
Yeah.
So, you know. So that's there. So that's 6 out of 10 so far here on the Sloppy Horror Podcast rating. Let's get to the final 1-point category for half.
6.5?
What'd I say?
I think you just said 6.
I said 6.5.
Okay, my bad.
Will you let me do my thing here?
I'm sorry.
Will you let me do my thing here? I'm fine. I was a little bit rusty, but we shaked it off. We got some CLR. We're back in it. So that's 6.5 out of 10 so far here on the Sloppy Horror Podcast rating. Let's get into the final 1-point category here for half a point each here on the Sloppy Horror Podcast rating. That is rewatchability.
You know, I've rewatched it a few times since it came out, And yeah, I'd say it's got rewatchability in my opinion. I would definitely not be mad to watch this again. If somebody said, hey, I seen it once and it sat with me and I got it, like I would get it. But for me personally, I do like art, so I wouldn't mind to watch it again. So
Yep, that's rewatchable to me. I love art. Big fan of them. Love seeing them. We only have 2 movies to choose from, so.
Well, technically, there's 5 from the hear of it, but I don't. It's on there like Wikipedia, but I know of All Hallows Eve, and I guess there was like some short pictures before. I don't know, but technically, you are correct.
Thank you.
Technically, you are correct.
Thank you. I am always technically correct, but thank you for the correction. So that is a total of, boys and girls, 7.5 out of 10. For the Terrifier 2 right here on the Sloppy Horror Podcast, right back up in your ass.
We like clowns. We like clowns.
We like clowns. Da, 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 da.
Yeah, we're not going to do the parental guide dance either. We didn't do the Endem Shoe segments because this movie came out last year, so I think you can remember last year.
Yeah, really.
And then also...
If you don't, you need to stop smoking.
Yeah, and as far as don't let kids watch this movie.
No, don't. I think that's quite obvious.
Yeah, not a kid's movie.
Don't let children watch this unless your child is fucked up in the head. Then, and they can grasp what the fuck is about to happen. But no. I mean,
this one's a little intense.
Yeah, I mean.
But.
Yes, that's obvious. That's obvious. But hey, we can't do these segments all the time. No.
Well, only when necessary.
No.
Only when necessary.
And you know what, boys and girls? Hey. We're open to ideas. I'll put it out there right now. Do you have an idea of a segment that you would like us to do? You can throw it at us. We'll consider it.
Mm-hmm.
We'll consider it. There's always time for different segments, all right? We want to have an arsenal of segments so we can just throw them at you. Throw them at you random. So, I'm curious to see what your thoughts are. So, you do that.
Mark. These people know.
Oh, here we go.
We got a short movie coming out, and it's called All Sinners Must Repent. And I'm excited. The acronym is key in that title.
What's the acronym?
All sinners must repent.
Yeah, what's the what is it abbreviated?
ASMR.
Oh.
We're going to put a little bit of dick up in your ears, bitches. Whatever they want to hear. But.
Told her I'd stick my dick in her ear.
Told her. She could, she can hear my kids. Not a big deal. But. But here's the deal. I'm very excited for you guys to see this. And then on top of that, I know you guys have made it. If you've made it all the way through this episode and you're like, man, I can't wait till next week. Well, you have options for more episodes. If you want a fun way to support the show, you can go to patreon.com/sloppyhorror. For as cheap as $3 a month, you can get all kinds of bonus episodes. We even do commentaries. This month, we're going to have another commentary for you. And, we're going to deliver that out in some good episodes for you. Because I know you kiddies like those. And then we also have some good merchandise. You can find all the links for that in the descriptions.
It's hoodie season. Buy a fucking hoodie.
So
they're sexy.
They are.
All right, we got plenty of options. We got the broads, we got the dudes, we got the zips ups, we got the non-zip ups.
I've been working with our friend Tim. Okay, my friend Tim, our friend Tim, Big Tim. He started sending me some stuff. He fucks around with that AI art, and he started putting in sloppy horror stuff. We might have some cool designs for some of this shit, because some of it was really fucking cool.
Okay.
So it's something to keep your ear to the track for.
Make us a cartoon.
I know, dude, but there's some really fucking cool things that I saw. So I can't wait for you guys just to see what we got in store for you, but we couldn't do this without your love and support. So if you're watching on YouTube, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. On top of that, help us out everywhere. Give us a little, if you're an audio listener, pick up your fucking phone and rate the show, okay? Give it 5 stars or else. Or,
just
whatever
don't
you feel.
give it 4 stars. That's like a fucking slap in the face. I'll take anything. I'll take 1, 2, 3, or 5. Don't give me 4 stars.
Yeah. No. Yeah, just...
Who the fuck gives something 4 stars?
Yeah, it's not very nice.
That's the most pointless star rating ever.
Mm-hmm. Do it or don't.
Yeah.
But you guys can help us out big time by doing that. And seriously, it's my honor to be able to come back every week and talk about scary movies with you guys. It keeps me entertained. And I was kind of a weird kid. Still, I'm a weird adult. And this is my comfort spot. I don't fit in with a lot of people, but if you're made it this far in the episode, I imagine you're a weirdo just like us, and I imagine we could probably enjoy each other's company. Some people are like, oh, it's October, let's watch Hocus Pocus, some scary movies, and then November 1st, they're like, ring, ding, ding-a-ling, ding, and then there's a couple of us like, yeah, I'll go see an Eli Roth slasher.
Yeah, I mean, Eli Roth is trying to fucking combat the Mariah Carey because she's unfrozen now and she's fucking taking over.
She is,
dude.
We
gotta battle that bitch somehow, some way.
I'm so thankful.
It starts with Christmas Part 1, Thanksgiving. All right, we're battling that bitch. We're fucking putting her in her place. You ain't fucking supposed to be unfrozen yet.
Yeah, now December 1st, run wild.
December 1st, that's fine. I still don't agree with it, but I mean, you know, people fucking love the holidays.
At least
shit,
it's
whatever.
month up. Like, you're like, I can boogie.
That's
it's
fine.
The next holiday.
Yeah, I get
At that
it.
point.
I get it.
Mm-hmm.
But fuck, like, dude, I ain't in the goddamn Christmas mood until fucking the 23rd.
Mm-hmm. You're gonna come over and party on Christmas Eve.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'm cooking.
What you cooking?
All kind of stuff.
Yep.
Ham.
Bacon cookies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna slip some edibles in there. I saw this meme where it said. It had like a bunch of cookies, and it said shits and giggles. It said some of these are edibles, and some of these are got laxatives in them.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that. That's
like,
I don't know if I, you know what? Fuck it. I'd take that risk. I could either get high or, you know, lose some weight.
Yeah, be regular.
Both of them are
good. It's a win.
It's good to be regular. You know?
Bran muffin in the morning helps with that. Gotta get your fiber in, folks, and you gotta get your little sloppy content in. So, from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys so much. And next week, the title that Marcus picked, if I can give you a little bit of fucking hint, classic character, Gene Wilder. That's all you got. And if you know, you know. Okay?
I'll even give you one better. Black and white.
Yeah.
There's no many. If you don't know, I don't know what's wrong with you.
Dude, I'm ready for that laughter because I haven't watched that in a while. So I'm like, that's one of the funniest fucking movies. That's how you can determine a serial killer. Sit them down. Next week's movie, if you can sit somebody down and they can just watch that stone face the whole time, they shouldn't be around humanity.
No. No.
Speaking of which,
that should for real be like, that should be the fucking. Fuck the citizenship test. Like, put a person in there, and if they laugh at that movie, they can come in.
I think, obviously, you know, I do the dumb shit. I like watching the parade for Thanksgiving, and I also, like I say, I like watching the dog show. But that dog show is the same thing. People are like, dog show, whatever. But I'm like, if you can put that on and go longer than 10 minutes without a pure joy laughter of just like, look at that little fucking thing, you know, I guarantee it'll happen. And it is the purest form of like, you just can't put that many dogs in a room without it being funny.
No.
I'm sorry. It's funny somewhat, and you're going to laugh. So sit down a serial killer. You can find out real quick if he's like, and you're like, yep, he's cool.
Yep.
He's all right.
Oh, yeah.
He just might have a little
it's time
problems.
to wean out the psychopaths with the dog show.
Yeah. If they trusted us, man, we could fix the country, fix the world.
Really could, but we're too lazy. We don't care.
Yeah, it's a good point. But hey, we'll be here next week. I know that.
We'll be here next week to keep your asshole nice and fucking open with entertainment.
Yep.
Because we're here for you.
And with next week's movie it's not a newer movie, and that I have a lot of stuff to talk about with that one. I have a lot of education. Terrifier, we're speaking mainly from a fan's perspective. Obviously, we looked up, noticed some facts, and wanted to tell you guys about them. But it hasn't been out for years where there's lore and legend where it's like, oh, this is what happened. There's a lot for this movie we're talking about next week.
Well, good. Then we can get back into the educational portion of the show. It's the rehab season. That's what we do. Okay? That's what the fuck we do.
We're getting you off drugs.
This is the whole fucking premise. Okay?
Yeah.
We don't just do this for shits and giggles. There's a point. Okay? We're educated people. Somewhat.
Mm-hmm. You got to clean your system out.
Yeah. Bran muffin in the morning helps with that.
It does. It does.
You know, get your bran muffins, everybody. You know, I hope your Thanksgiving was fantastic. And we'll see you next fucking week.
Yeah.
Next fucking week.
We'll be here.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to go now.
It's alive.